Hey yo, man, this is Scoop, spitting cool on Outstanding Game. Make sure you stay tuned to Stay Woke Podcast, you dig?
You're now tuned into the hottest podcast in the world, the Stay Woke Podcast, right here on the SonicBreakdown.com.
Man, it's time to wake up. Get this cake up. Only thing I care about is switching.
Welcome back to another Stay Woke Podcast. This is D-Ray Brinson. And you know the Stay Woke Podcast is presented by the SonicBreakdown.com. Today is going to be part 2 of the Inside the Grey Summer Tour concert series. And today's going to be with Scoop. If you don't know, he's the older brother of Josh Gray. We talked a little bit about it on the Josh Gray podcast, the interview that we did about the Disconnected album. And we're going to get a little bit more into detail about that in this podcast. Let's get to know Scoop a little bit more. What's up, man?
What's happening, man? What's happening? I appreciate you having me on, man.
No problem. Let's talk about the concert first, or the tour. What was it like before the tour started? Like just the feeling of knowing that the tours are about to begin and right before that kickoff show.
Just the build up. I mean, when you look at all of the years we've been working and, you know, sporadic shows that we would do here and there on college campuses, or, you know, we might hit like the House of Blues in New Orleans, you know, shows like that. But to have a consistent line of shows, you know what I mean? And then to call it a tour, it was dope, man. It was dope, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's crazy energy leading up to it. You know, the music is always consistent, but to have shows consistent like that was a big deal. It felt like we were just moving 5 steps forward, you know what I mean? Instead of that 1 step forward, 2 steps back. This was a real power move. So it was good, man. Good.
And is this your first tour?
Yeah, this is my first tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since that was your first tour, did you learn anything from this tour that you apply to upcoming tours moving forward? Because I know this is not going to be the last tour. I can just tell by the energy that you guys already have and the momentum that you guys are pushing that, you know, there's definitely going to be more to come.
Definitely. But like the first part of your question, you know, things that I would take from this tour and apply to future tours. I mean, you know, when you've been doing this so long, you kind of have a dream or you have a plan in your head, right? And you see it playing out a certain way. So this was like actually seeing something that we've been planning or seeing something that we've been thinking of for a long time actually come to fruition. You know what I mean? So, yeah, learned a lot about it. I'm sure we will expand on it and, you know, grow multi-cities. You know, we want to try to hit this whole West Coast. And then, you know, we still have, you know, New Orleans kind of intact. So spreading throughout that southern region too, you know. But yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of preparation, a lot of planning, a lot of communication. And we got a real strong team, a dedicated team. You know what I mean? You know, the people you start with, that's the people you finish with. So.
And it's hard to find a good team. It's hard
to find a good team. It is, man. And they're loyal. You know what I mean? Loyal. Nobody's getting big money. You know what I mean? And it doesn't really matter. We're doing it for the love of it. When the money comes, we all good, you know? So,
since as you stated, the fact that you've been doing this so long and that this is that the dream has been there so long and that you finally got to do it, like I know there had to be some satisfaction and some relief that like we did it. You know, that it's not our end goal because we don't want to be complacent and just be like, you know, satisfied where we are, but we're another step closer than where we were prior.
Yeah, slightly. I mean, you know, the expectations are set so high, though. You know, like we kind of talked about, you know, taking 5 steps forward, but we still feel like we got 1 billion to go. You know what I mean? So, you know, the vision is just such a big vision, man. And, you know, it's something that we've wanted for so long. You know what I mean? And just outside of just touring, just musically, business-wise, you know, it's almost like you have a person who's kind of trapped and locked in when they have so many ideas that they want to reveal to the world and they just don't have that platform to do it. So it is a bit of a relief when we see, okay, that platform is starting to develop, you know? So, yeah, man.
What do you think is your core audience? What do you think your core fans? What do you think your core support is? What do you think that's about?
In all honesty, I think that's something that I'm still figuring out. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to figure out, you know, who's listening, who's, I mean, you know, my acronym is Spitting Cool on Outstanding Game. So, I mean, what is that game though? What is that you're saying? I mean, you know, some people say they're spitting game and it's a lot of frivolous things within that. I mean, is it truth? Is it something that's real and really real? You know what I mean? We talking about, you know, having mortgages and owning property and, you know, I mean, a lot of things that you hear in Jay-Z's new album. I mean, that spoke volumes to me because he's saying something in a lot of his songs that I feel like I'm writing every day. You know what I mean? I'm saying a lot of these same things, maybe not to his greatness, but in my own way. You know what I mean? I'm speaking on a lot of these topics,
Dropping the knowledge.
but not preachy. You know what I mean? Still and that's why it's called, you know, spitting cool. Like, you know, I'm chilling. Yeah, get your money, but stack it. You know, in the background, I'm that ad lib, I'm that voice in the background, but stack it. You know what I mean?
Invest
Put
it.
something to the side, invest it. You know.
I definitely agree with you. We did a Jay-Z 444 album review, and that was one of the things that I brought up.
Dope.
And I wanted to get your input on it. Is the line about money phone, and what I said about it is, I said there's two folds to it, because I like to try to be as fair and open minded as I can,
Right.
but also there's to me there's a balance that you have to have. Like you can have your fun, but you also need to be responsible. Like
Right.
And what I was saying is, I get why, like Little Bootsy said, why he does it, and
Right.
that it was in the culture of New Orleans, and that's what they would do. And I was like, I get that, and I see it from a young black male's perspective of, I'm seeing you get money. At
Right.
least that's giving me motivation that it's possible, one, that black men or somebody that looks like me can get the money,
Right.
and two, that I'm in a position where I can, in essence, flaunt it. Now, on the flip side, my thing is, I think Jay-Z was coming from the perspective of more of, if you have your money to your ear, just from a business practical sense, just take all that out just from a business sense. If you have your money to your ear, you don't have it in the bank, so it's not earning you interest. You don't have it in an investment. It can't make you money. Anywhere outside of in your hand, on your phone, like showing the money phone that's not gonna make you more money.
Exactly. Right. And I think
And that's what I think people are missing, is from my perspective.
right. So there's growth, right? You look at young black male who's never had anything. Now I got it. Look at me, I got it, right? And we're proud of you. That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Right? We wish we could be there too with you, celebrating that moment. But then after that moment, like, it would have been so dope to see. I mean, and I'm fans of these dudes, but to see, okay, after I held my stacks, you know, to my ear, now watch what I do with it. I'm going to buy this house, so now I have some property. You know what I mean? So like,
That's something. Yeah, that balance.
show, right? You got to show what's next. You know what I mean? What's the maturity after you get it? Because these same kids who see you, oh, you got 10 stacks. Okay, but now what do I do with my 10 stacks once I have it? Right? So I appreciate the celebration of showing us that you got it, and this was the hard work that it took to get it. But now once I have it, what do I do with it?
Yep.
To make sure I don't lose it. Right?
Exactly.
How many young black athletes go broke?
Yeah.
You know, how many rappers eventually go broke?
Just like
You know what I mean?
Dre said on I think it was To Pimp a Butterfly. It might not be. On one of Kendrick's album, he's like, remember coming to my crib and saying, I want a crib like this? He's like, yeah, it's easy to get it, but the hard part is keeping it.
Right. Can you keep it? Exactly. We got millionaires all over the place, but how many of them stay millionaires? You know?
Most people that win the lottery go back to the same spot they were before.
Hey, there was a lady that this just happened to. It's crazy. Like 500 million. And then within a matter of years, that's gone. How? Nobody helped her invest that money?
That's what.
You know what I mean?
That's the same thing that I talked about on part one of the Inside the Great Summer Tour with Twan Beezy, is that all of you guys are lyricists to me, and you all have different.
I appreciate that.
No problem. You all are lyricists, but the difference between you two, between all of you, is the content. Is that you have different ways of presenting different content in different ways and different perspectives.
Right.
And to me, that's the beauty of it. That's the art, and that's what makes, to me, tours and collectives and groups. Not even saying like as a rap group, but you're on tour together, so it's kind of like a collective.
There's
In
a
any
collective,
situation like that, you guys have complement each other, because nobody wants to see or hear the same thing over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Presented in the same way. We want to see the uniqueness, the qualities that you guys have.
And you know, we're different ages. So you're seeing 3 different artists in their own right grow up as men, right? And continue to grow as men. So you may see Josh at one level of manhood. Twan Beezy's at one level of manhood. I'm at one level of manhood. So one of us go out and we get game from somewhere else, we are bringing it back home, right? And telling our brothers, well, yo, this is what I learned outside in the world today that could help all of us grow and help you grow at your level of manhood. So all of those things are important. You know what I mean? It's important for Josh to be Josh at his age. Be Josh. It's important for Twan Beezy to be Beezy at his age, right? It's important for me to be me and not try to push too much forward and not go too far backwards, For me to try to sit here and say I'm 16, and I'm doing the same stuff as I was 16, like, why? When a 16-year-old grows up to be an adult, I would hope that they're not doing the same things at 16. So, that's game. That's real game.
I never thought about it, like I said, from the perspective of that you guys are lyricists with different content, but I never thought about it from the perspective of age and just maturity and growth. I noticed for a lot of different artists that because of more socially conscious, socially aware, more deeper conscious lyricists, that it's harder to come up with a set for concerts because of that type of energy. Is that something that you face? Is that...
I think always, because it's a Friday night. People come out. They just finished the work week. They want to drink. They want to have fun. They want to relax, right? Mm. They don't necessarily want to hear, yeah, make sure you pay them taxes. Yeah, make sure you pay them bills. They may not want to hear it, but I think there is a way of being creative enough, like Outkast, man. Outkast is so dope, right?
Yeah.
And I think of the song, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Yeah,
They're apologizing to this lady for the mistreatment of her daughter.
Yeah.
Does that resonate in the club when you like, hey, shorty, come here. Hey, shorty, let me holler at you. But I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, a jam is a jam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, just make good music. That's how I look at it. Make good music. I always speak on what I feel I want to speak on. But, you could do it in a jamming way. You could do it in a fun way. Pac, I get around. How do you want it? But even within those jams, he has certain lines that you are like, oh, all right.
Yeah, some gems, some wisdom, too.
There's wisdom there, too,
What was your feel from the response of the fans on the tour?
I think they're very receptive. I think they realize that Josh Gray is somebody that they need to pay attention to.
Mm.
And I think first and foremost, as a team, that's the mindset.
Mm.
Yes, you need to recognize that he is very, very gifted, very, very talented. Mm. And I'm not just saying it because that's my younger brother. I'm saying he's just a bad boy, man. To be able, to produce your own music, right? And I watched him grow from when his beats were horrible. But I still wanted to write to him, right? Yeah. I was like, man, give me that. I'm going to write to it.
Give him the confidence he needs to continue to go.
No nothing in it. I didn't care. Man, my brother got beats now. We don't have to get beats from wherever now. We got in-house beats. But also, his lyricism. It's funny when you're somebody's family member, right? And you hear them speak, and you could easily say, that's not true. Nah, that's not true. You lying. Why you saying that? You never did. But to be able to hear somebody that you know so well, you shared a room with this person your whole life, right? And you hear their story, and you're like, yo, that did happen. Yo, that is. Yo,
and then appreciate the way he presents it, though, too.
Yeah, like, and one of his songs, you talk about one of our, the things that my mom would cook was, like my mama would make like a shrimp Creole. And, he like, it's so spicy, my nose so runny. Yeah, I remember him sitting at the table, you know what I mean? And while we eating, his nose running because he never really liked spicy food too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just real. So, yeah, man, there's something to be said for somebody who's just telling their story. And one of the things he says a lot now is nobody can tell Josh Gray's story better than Josh Gray.
That's true.
And that's true.
Yeah.
And the only person who may be able to second that would be his brother, right?
That's right.
So,
because you're the, like I was talking off mic, you're the linchpin to the whole thing. Because if you don't push him to do the production in the first place, we might not be here having this podcast right now.
I don't know, man. God's will. So if this is what he was supposed to do, whether I did something or not, it was going to get done one way or another. You know what I mean? If this is what he's supposed to do, it was going to happen. You know what I mean? Well, no matter where I am or what I was doing or what I put in, if this is his calling, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, a lot of people say stuff like they want to change the world. And we've always had that mindset. We want to change the world. But then you look at, okay, but what does that mean? You want to change the world. Well, just make it a better place, right?
Yeah.
Better people. When you look at our team, it's just a bunch of good dudes who just want to do good. You know what I mean? We come from all kind of different backgrounds, all kind of different hoods, different cities even. You just want to try to progress in life. You know what I mean? So that's what we mean when we saying change the world. And a lot of his music, a lot of my music, that's what it's about, trying to progress and just create change. I'm not to get political or nothing, but I'm about that Obama life. You know what I mean? Like that spoke volumes to me, him getting in office. We always talk about the doors that opened for us as a people, but that's serious, man.
Yeah.
Like that's serious. And that's something that, that's affecting us right now. Because he was in, now it's like, okay, we can't let that happen again. We got to be very careful. But for us, we should be like, nah, here we come again. we coming right back at you. We're going to keep banging on that door.
Stay consistent.
Yep.
I'll say it for you since you're not going to say it. You the linchpin of it. I think because like I said, when I did the interview with him prior about Disconnected album, I can just tell how much you mean to him and how much you inspire. And
you notice how I try to go down a whole other road.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I gotta bring it back. How you inspire him, and I think that's just important that like the whole team sees it and the whole team understands. It seems like there's one sort of focal point, but that you're all key in making it work. That's hard for people to understand in many different ways.
Right.
Shoot, we see it in the NBA.
Exactly.
Kyrie and LeBron can't get along.
They gotta, they gotta make it work, man.
So
they gotta make it work.
I wanna touch in on what do you have going on recently? What projects are you looking forward and as of now and looking forward?
Spitting Cool Sundays. So I have this platform, Spitting Cool Sundays. We released Volume 1, which is out on my SoundCloud, which is Skoog's World. It's on that Piff and all of those other mixtape sites, but just continuing to drop. And it may not be every Sunday because we do, we have shows and stuff like that. But usually Sundays is a day when I'll drop something new, whether it be a remix or a freestyle to somebody else's stuff, or a new song that I just want to put out, or it may be a new mixtape. Features with other people's songs featuring me. That Spitting Cool Sundays is what I'm pushing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you guys got to definitely stay tuned and listen and look out for Spitting Cool Sundays. Just knowing that like both of you or everybody on the team's work ethic, I know that you'll definitely consistently keep on putting out music and good music at that. So we're not worried about that.
All right, two projects that are already finished, and I'm kind of sitting on them. Just waiting for the right time to release them.
Gotcha.
But while I'm waiting,
time is everything.
I'm of course always in the studio, always recording, and then I get a little impatient, and that's why I created the Spitting Cool Sundays. So if I can't drop a whole project, I hit you with 1 or 2 songs on that Sunday, just to keep the people interested, keep them, like you said, attentive, and making sure they know I haven't gone anywhere. I'm right here.
Gotcha. Is there anything else you want to let the fans know, the audience know before we get out of here?
That I appreciate y'all, man. Stay woke. You know what I mean? We talked about this even at one of the shows, right?
Yeah.
Talked about getting in and doing this. I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Just having this platform to speak out on and talk about what we got going on. Because I know eventually it's going to take off. You know what I mean?
We appreciate it. We like talking to real artists.
It sounds serious, but I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I'm usually the one that's laid back. Just kind of chilling, off to the side, cooling.
But I definitely want to say thank you again for coming on another Stay Woke podcast of the Inside the Great Summer Tour series that we have for the Stay Woke podcast. So definitely come back and check it out. Definitely check out Skoog, his music on SoundCloud. And our motto, live, listen to some great music, and above all, love more. And we out.